This week began with the government's monthly crop report and supply and demand estimates. Extension Ag economist John Michael Riley says there was one strange aspect in the corn numbers. We talked about that, as well as the soybean data, on Tuesday. Well, John Michael, we have a record corn crop according to the government.
Definitely. Still on pace to be a record corn crop, even though it was a little bit smaller than analysts expected coming into the report. Actually, the strange thing is that they pulled the yield down a little bit. Was 173, currently projected at 171. I think all the analysts were expecting a reduction in total harvested acres, and that's where, but the expectation was for a reduction in total production, but the surprise was in the fact that it came through the yield, not through the harvested acres, but still on pace to be a record level of corn production in the U.S. Pull that down through the balance sheet. You look at demand. Demand was tweaked a little bit, but overall ending stocks much smaller than they were in December, and then much smaller than analysts expected, which that turned into a good day for corn following the report.
So how has the market reacted as we sit here on Tuesday talking about this?
Well, I mean, there was a lot for the market to digest. You had corn and soybeans really going in two different directions, and typically those are joined at the hip and they like to move together. So whenever you get a report that's one way for one and another for beans, it puts market participants in a bit of a state of uncertainty, and so the market was all over the board yesterday. But I think at the final close, corn was higher and beans were a little bit lower.
All right, you mentioned soybeans, kind of building some drama there, but what did the report say about the soybeans?
Well, we saw a larger ending stock number than what was expected. Again, I think the market was looking for some changes that didn't really occur, and as a result, ending stocks were left unchanged when the market was looking for a slight reduction there, and therefore kind of the opposite effect of what we saw with corn. So that put the market a bit on edge there and brought soybean prices down just a little bit.
Are those prices expected to trend lower given the numbers as far as soybeans, or we have to wait and see what happens?
You know, right now, I mean, everybody's looking at 2015. You know, we're trying to get 2014 behind us, but I think it is going to continue to potentially do some damage to the market. I think most of it's been digested at this point, but it will be something that we continue to dig into deeper moving forward.
And I guess as we get a little further here into the winter, the decisions about crop and what's going to be planted and not planted, this report will of course factor into that.
That's right. I think we still have a lot of beans and corn in storage, and so depending on how that comes out of storage will definitely impact prices moving into planting.